Hi, everybody, and welcome back. We're so blessed and fortunate to have you with us, and that kind of sums up the forecast situation as well, as we're blessed in that arena too. Beautiful weather, still continuing throughout the week and throughout some of your weekend, and we're still focusing, of course. We're focusing on the beautiful weather. We're going to have to keep an eye on the cold front that's going to bring some changes about midway through the weekend, and some more changes than what we had thought. Clouds hanging on for much longer and lingering on than I would have liked, as we have an update for you, and we'll talk about the chance of showers thereafter as well. Headlines tonight include, sadly, the report of a fatal ATV accident in McGoffin County in the Middle Fork area earlier this morning. I'll take you to the scene, tell you as much as I know about the accident and the victim at this time. And also, I'll be able to show you the entire array of footage that I have, security footage from an armed robbery that took place at T&B Grocery on the Floyd-McGoffin County line this past Sunday night. 5 suspects have been arrested, all teenagers, 2 juveniles. We couldn't show you the entire footage that we had when we ran the report earlier in the week, but since their arrest, we can, start to finish, and show you from the time they stormed in the door and the events that transpired thereafter. We'll also tell you about those arrested. And some bids open today, actually on a couple of different fronts. One at least we'll talk about to at length tonight. That was the Board of Education, where they've opened what might be the final set of bids to see a major project completed. I am just sliding into the desk after a special session of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court. It began at 4:30, so I'm behind the 8 ball, so to speak, time-wise. We'll be kind of leaving a few things out possibly in the middle, but all the headlines, of course, as I've already mentioned, will be included. Coverage of the fiscal court meeting tomorrow, and as soon as I wrap up here, I'm out the door to the Board of Education meeting, and I've got a special report that I've been talking about for a couple of days, and I think it's a good one. It's just been a little bit in depth getting it put together, but I think it may be ready for tomorrow's program. We'll wait and see. Fingers are crossed. Before we get to those top headlines and some more news, a few announcements that I just have in and don't have on the community calendar. First off, from our McGoffin County school system, the annual Title I parent meetings have been set, and all parents are encouraged to attend because these meetings provide information about the Title I program, curriculum, academic assessment, and what your child's school is doing to ensure a high-quality education for all its students. And here is the schedule. The first one will be at the McGoffin County Education Center, which is in the 2-story building behind the Board of Education. That is Monday at 5 o'clock, Tuesday at South McGoffin at 9 o'clock that morning. Sagersville Grade School, 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. On Friday, the Harold Whitaker Middle School at 9 o'clock that morning, and then North McGoffin Elementary Friday afternoon at 1:30. That comes from Debbie Sweeney. I'll remind you about that next week, but keep in mind the first one is Monday, 5 o'clock at the Education Center. I have not been able to verify that a Sagersville business was involved. I did speak with Sagersville police thus far, and unable to reach the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department just before I sat down to verify. But so far, there have been reports that we know the Prestonsburg location of this Speedway store was involved. And in fact, when they received a threat yesterday about an explosive device supposedly on the grounds or in the store, it was evacuated, and a portion of North Lake Drive was also closed down until they could verify the threat, if it was real or not. It opened about an hour later. No explosives were found. Now, reports are trying to tell me that Prestonsburg, Martin, and Pikeville locations of Speedway as well were affected. I have not verified all of those as of yet. We'll keep you up to date on that situation. The Lakefront Church of God is having a big yard sale. I'll put it on our calendar tomorrow, but this Saturday morning, starting at 9, for all the yard sale folks out there, a big yard sale. They're also having a hot dogs and a bake sale as well, and all proceeds, every penny, will go into the Water into Wine Food Pantry Fund, helping feed families with a big yard sale, and it's this Saturday, 9 o'clock at the Lakefront Church of God. Of course, that's over on Route 30, the old school building. And a 5K walk run has been set. I'll remind you about this in days to come, but to tell you now, it's asked that you can join them and be in support of Jeremy Arnott and his family. As I understand, his friends of Jeremy and family of his tell me, he has been diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic renal cancer, and he and his wife Trista have 2 lovely little girls and have a baby boy on the way. And this 5K walk or run has been set in his honor for Sunday, October the 4th, in a couple of weeks. All proceeds that are raised will help to provide and pay for the treatment at the Marquis Cancer Center. Now, they're going to have ribbons for the first 250 participants. They'll have door prizes. They'll have trophies for first, second, and third. You can register that morning at 9. It's just $10 for those 8 to 15 and $20 for those 16 and older. Put that on your calendar, mark it down, and even if you don't have time or are unable to walk or run, stop by and help this local family. October the 4th, I will indeed remind you, and I will be indeed right back after these messages. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. First top headline tonight, sadly, is a report of a fatal ATV accident that took place in the Middle Fork area of Magoffin County earlier this morning. A beautiful, beautiful morning for what was expected to be a beautiful and joyous ride, I'm sure, in the hills of eastern Kentucky and Magoffin County for family and friends. It, however, suddenly turned tragic when a freak accident basically took place and claimed the life of a 57-year-old man. It happened on this stretch of Lick Branch off of Route 378 in the Route 30 or Middle Fork area. A group altogether of 4 ATVs had just started their ride earlier, headed to the strip job in the Middle Fork portion of Magoffin County, when in the blink of an eye, one was killed in an accident that could have just as easily been a minor or non-injury one at that, had it not been for a metal fence post. We're told that the riders, just seconds before and even when the crash happened, appeared to have been riding at a leisurely pace, and that speed or no other unusual circumstances appear to be a factor.
I heard some four-wheelers and got out my porch, looked out my porch and seen 4 different four-wheelers, 4 different individuals, and they was not going over 6-7 miles an hour, just shooting the breeze and talking to one another. And when I'm past my house there, next thing you know, I hear there's a 4-wheeler wreck on the scanner. Enjoying the day and just having a good time so forth. Was not speeding or nothing like that, though.
I'm told the victim was a 57-year-old man from the Jeffersonville area outside of Mount Sterling in that vicinity who was riding with some local family members and friends when it's believed that one of the riders may have stopped or slowed down to pick up something, maybe even a hat, and then the accident victim came up behind him and in doing so went over the embankment. It's believed that the four-wheeler landed, as you see here, relatively not hurt in the accident, but in doing so, the rider struck a metal fence post, causing massive and deadly facial trauma. EMS arrived shortly thereafter to find him unconscious and unresponsive, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Deputy Coroner Justin Back and the Kentucky State Police are handling the accident investigation. The victim's name has yet to be released. I suspect we'll have his identity and possibly funeral arrangements on tomorrow's program. Also on tomorrow's program, we'll have coverage of tonight's Magoffin County Board of Education meeting and more information about bids which were opened up today for the sports complex project, that being the restroom, concession stand, that building, which will be about 1,200 estimated square feet. The lowest bid of $234,000 was submitted by Williams Electric and L&N Construction, and with that, that puts the school just about $20,000 short of the money they already had in place. They're going to be making some value engineering efforts to change their plans and reduce those estimated costs. The bids will be presented before the Board of Education at tonight's regular session meeting. Now, just a moment for a few reminders on tonight's community calendar brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau. The Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church is having a horse show in the Morgan County Horse Park this Saturday at 5 o'clock, 33 classes. It's just $5 to get in, $10 to enter a class. A fun horse show, fun evening in sponsorship of the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church. Other reminders include that of the Magoffin County ASAP meeting, which has been set for this Monday. It's a quarterly meeting. Magoffin County Health Department will be the location. Everyone is invited. Refreshments will be served. And the next Royalton Trailtown Committee meeting is going to be Monday at 6 at the District 3 Fire Department. If you have any questions, we'd like to find out how you can help them become a trail town, call 859-608-1557. And that's it for calendar announcements. I actually have several more for a few days later down the line, and I am cutting it short just a bit tonight since I have been, everywhere at once this afternoon and will be this evening. So one quick reminder, this is how you get announcements on the program. That's birthdays and anniversaries as well, and that you can always catch programming the following day on yournewstoday.com. Turning to funeral services, we've got announcements tonight brought to you by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, beginning with services to be held in honor of 68-year-old David Carroll Howes of Sagersville, who passed away on yesterday's date at his home. He is survived by his wife, Joanne Sparks Howes, son, Paul David Howes, and daughters, Deborah Carroll and Jennifer Ann Gasparick. Funeral services for David Carroll Howes are going to be held this Saturday morning at 11 at the New Life Worship Center. Visitation, I am told, will begin Thursday after 5 and then continue all day Friday at the funeral home. Once again, services, though, to be at New Life Worship. There's also a listing from the Montgomery County Funeral Home for 74-year-old Vernie Hall Prater of Jackson, who passed away yesterday. She is survived, it appears as though, by her first husband Woodrow Dykes and second husband Woodrow Prater, also by several sons, daughters, and stepchildren, for which we will name at a later time on tomorrow's program. I can tell you, though, at this point that funeral services have been set in her honor for this Saturday at 2 at the Montgomery County Funeral Home, and visitation will begin Friday after 5, and then before services set for Saturday, once again in honor of 74-year-old Vernie Hall Prater. And Ben Arnott of Kane Road, 50 years of age, passed away on the 15th, the son of Gloria Cronk Arnott and the late Benjamin Arnott. And besides his mother, he's survived by daughters Emily and Lindsay. Visitation is going to be after 6 o'clock this Saturday and prior to services Sunday morning at 11, all of which from the Montgomery County Funeral Home. And in lieu of flowers, the family requests that you make contributions to the Shriners Children's Hospital. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. I brought you an exclusive report Monday of this week, and we've followed it closely since, about an armed robbery that took place at a local business. 4 what was believed to be young men, not knowing how young they actually were, stormed into a local business on Route 114 armed, heavily armed, and demanded cash before fleeing on foot only seconds later. Now, only days later, I am told that authorities, including the Kentucky State Police and the Floyd County Sheriff's Department, who is heading the investigation, have made several arrests, all of young people. One for complicity, some others also facing complicity charges possibly as well. Robbery and the first-degree charges also have been levied against several of these young men. One of them apparently was driving the getaway car, which wasn't seen per our initial report, but has since been discovered to be how they left the scene of TME Grocery, which sits just inside Floyd County across the line on 114, and the latest business to be robbed on that stretch of roadway in just months. 5 kids, albeit 3 18 years of age and 2 juveniles just under the age of 18, I'm told, teenagers, all believed to be former or present high school students in the Prestonsburg or Floyd County area, are the ones that police say they have arrested and are responsible for this armed robbery at the TME Grocery and Merchandise Store on Route 114 on the Floyd-Montgomery County line Sunday night at about 8:30 or so, when 4 of them stormed into the business, masked and heavily armed with a shotgun, with a pistol, and a baseball bat, one carrying a backpack, appearing that they had been in the store before, knowing exactly where the office was, where the security system monitor was, and where the registers were, proceeded to hold up 2 employees who were behind the counter. Angela Marcellette, who we spoke with the following day, and LaDonna Shepard, who were forced at gunpoint to empty the drawers and give them all the cash in a demanded 20 seconds or less. In addition to smashing the security monitor with the bat, one grabbed Angela's smartphone off the table on the way out, and while doing all of that, they were checking all the rooms that they appeared to have known where they were for other employees or individuals that might have been in the store. All that taking a mere 35 seconds before they bolted out the door and fled on foot. I interviewed store owner Tom Marcellette on Monday's program and talked to him today on the telephone about the arrests that have taken place. He said that Sheriff Hunt of Floyd County was at a sheriff's conference today, and after speaking with him tomorrow will be able to tell us more about the circumstances he has learned of and how the arrest took place. As for now, we do know that the 3 adults, 18 years of age, have been jailed, one in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center and 2 in that of the Floyd County Jail. The 2 juveniles, I'm told, were taken to the Jackson Detention Center, where it is still unknown as to whether or not they will be tried as adults for charges of burglary in the first degree, which carries, as I understand, a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. While it's unknown at this hour what the exact charges are against the two juveniles, we do know that a robbery in the first-degree charge does carry up to a 20-year sentence. We also know that to the right of your screen, Lawrence P. Jr. of Van Leer and Casey Easton to the far left of your screen, and then Joshua Kreider in the middle, were the three adults, all 18 years of age, who were arrested. Now, Kreider and Jr. are both charged with robbery in the first degree. As for Casey, the individual to your left, he is charged as it stands with complicity to commit robbery. We're also being told that other charges could as well be applied as the investigation is continuing, and that we'll have a follow-up on tomorrow's program and hopefully some more details from the Floyd County Sheriff's Department. And I know we're cutting it short, skipping on over to your Licking Valley RECC-powered forecast at this time, but given the fact that I have been in about 6 places all at one time today, I guess I have fared fairly well, at least. Follow-ups and much more to come on tomorrow's program. Tonight, here's the short and pretty sweet of your forecast. We had a beautiful day today, no complaints, and the mid-80s all around the studio. It was beautiful out in the sunshine. We'll fall back to about 52 tonight under mostly clear skies, a light south wind. I mean, just a gorgeous evening to enjoy. Hope you have time to do so. We'll wrap up the work week, at least I hope we do for everyone, with a little patchy fog at the onset tomorrow up until about 10 or 11. Otherwise, your Friday is shaping up to be sunny and a daytime high of right around 83 degrees. My graphics will catch up with me in just a few moments, and there they are. And nighttime lows tomorrow night look to be closer to the 59-degree, 60-degree mark. Patchy fog at the beginning, sunshine in the middle, clear skies late, a perfect Friday, followed by a not-so-shabby Saturday that does have the changes that we're going to start to see. Still mid-80s, still upper 50s for daytime highs, nighttime lows, still clinging on to some fog lingering in the morning hours with sunshine above. As for the time frame of this cold front and what it stands to do Saturday evening, I'll tell you more tomorrow. I'm thinking we're going to fare pretty well for early Saturday evening hours and early overnight hours possibly. Sunday, not so much. This cold front that's coming, it's definitely going to put temperatures down to right around 70, and the clouds are looking more predominant. Mostly cloudy skies, I think, Sunday and even into your Monday as well. Nevertheless, Sunday, we'll see 70, 53. The chance of showers, I think 20%, and I think that mainly is up until like 9 or 10 in the morning. Otherwise, just cloudy and noticeably cooler. Monday, though, we still have a threat of showers. We still have mostly cloudy skies, and we still have the low 70s. And Tuesday, we'll still see some dense fog making its way back into the forecast, partly sunny skies. And I have mid-70s all the way through Thursday of next week with a chance or two of showers here and there. And we'll talk more about your forecast and a whole lot of other news tomorrow night. For now, ladies and gentlemen, that indeed is, well, it's not my time, but that's just where we're going to wrap up the show for tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more of your news today. Thank you so much for watching.